Welcome to Game Conclave. Thanks for watching. I am VBerg. April 2025 is going to be an awesome month for gaming. March was like the month of RPGs, and April's like the month where just a little bit of everything drops. South of Midnight is a third-person action-adventure game developed by Compulsion Games, probably best known for We Happy Few. South of Midnight is going to be set in the American Deep South, specifically in old Mississippi. The game is influenced by Southern Gothic folktales. We'll be playing as Hazel, who is searching for her missing mother after a hurricane strikes her hometown of Prospero. She'll be pulled into a magical world where she'll discover that she is a weaver, a practitioner of an ancient magic that utilizes textiles to mend broken spirits. She'll also have to fight off these dark creatures known as haints. She's going to be exploring the lore of these broken, angry spirits within their home regions, as well as her family's hidden past. Her adventure is going to play out across swamps, bayous, and forests inspired by the Carolinas and Alabama. Hazel's weaving abilities can be used for combat, traversal, and solving puzzles. And finally, let's talk about this darned awesome-looking stop-motion picture book visual aesthetic thingy they got going on. It looks freaking awesome. I've said it before, I really love this art style. I do still worry, though, if some people out there just going to not realize what they're going for and think this might be a performance issue rather than an intentional art style. I don't know. We'll see, though, how people react when it launches on the Xbox Series X and S and PC on April 8th. Commandos Origins is a real-time tactical strategy game developed by Clair Game Studios. It's set during World War II, and as the name implies, it's going to serve as the origin story for the whole squad as a unit from Commandos. Jack O'Hara, Hancock, Francis, Brooklyn, James, and Renee are all back. The Commandos will unite to smack down some Nazi booty, and this series is focused on stealth and strategy in a real-time environment. Each character has unique skills, such as sabotaging enemy vehicles or equipment. They can disguise themselves to infiltrate enemy bases and escape undetected, etc. If you've never played any isometric real-time stealth games, this might be a great way to check out the genre when it comes out on the Xbox One, Xbox Series X and S, PS4, PS5, and PC on April 9th. Fatal Fury City of the Wolves is a 2.5D fighter coming to us from SNK, the same people who make the King of Fighters series, Art of Fighting, and Samurai Showdown. City of the Wolves is a sequel to Garou, Mark of the Wolves, as we're finally going back to Southtown for the first time in over 20 years. Rock Howard and his mentor Terry Bogard will confront Kane R. Heinlein, who is scheming up something big tied to Rock's father, Geese Howard. There's a kind of RPG-like light mode akin to what we saw in the Street Fighter 6 called Episodes of Southtown. That sounds super cool. The game is going to feature 17 fighters at launch, including Rock Howard, Terry Bogard, B. Janet, Mai Shiranui, though her lover boy Andy Howard doesn't appear to be present. Later on, though, we've got DLC that will be adding in Chun-Li and Ken Masters from the Street Fighter series. And I gotta say, I love SNK fighters. I can't wait to get the crap beaten out of me online, then go back to playing single player and pretend like I'm halfway decent at fighting games by pulling off flashy moves. You can do the same when the game drops on the Xbox Series X and S, PS4, PS5, and PC on April 24th. Blue Prince is a puzzle game developed by Dogubam. It takes place in the mysterious estate of Mount Holly. You play as the heir who has inherited this manor from your late great-uncle Herbert, under the condition that you must locate the hidden 46th room in the estate. The mansion features ever-shifting rooms that will each offer clues or challenges, but can potentially change on a daily basis. You'll explore the manor and strategize your path by drafting a blueprint and choosing which rooms lie beyond the doors you encounter, and you'll try to stay ahead of the daily resets. The puzzles within each room will hint at far more than you thought you were inheriting, as you'll discover information about blackmail, political intrigues, and the disappearance of a beloved children's author in this puzzle mystery game. It's going to be dropping on the Xbox Series X and S, PS5, and PC on April 10th. Clair Obscur Expedition 33 is a turn-based role-playing game developed by Sandfall Interactive, a French studio founded by ex-Ubisoft developers. The combat system is going to blend turn-based combat with real-time prompts to allow counters, dodges, and parries. It reminds me a lot of the combat systems we saw in games like The Legend of Dragoon, Lost Odyssey, and Shadow Hearts. I really can't wait to play this one. It just looks right up my alley. It's set in a fantasy world where the Paintress, this mysterious godlike figure, annually paints a number on a monolith, which then causes everyone of that age to vanish into smoke. This year's number is 33, and as humanity does every year, they form an annual expedition to try and stop this cycle of death. The 33rd expedition is formed and led by Gustav, with Mael and Lune accompanying him as they embark on a desperate quest to defeat the Paintress. Throughout their journey, they'll encounter new companions, explore a world filled with secrets, hidden locations, and try to uncover the mysteries of the other missing expeditions and figure out how to stop this cycle before it's too late for humanity. It's going to be dropping on the Xbox Series X and S, PS5, and PC on April 24th.
Get ready!
The Talos Principle Reawakened is a first-person puzzle game developed by Crow Team, the studio behind the Serious Sam series and the original Talos Principle. The Talos Principle Reawakened has been fully rebuilt in Unreal Engine 5 with upgraded visuals, new puzzles, and new story content. It's set in a bizarre world comprised of blended ruins from various ancient cultures mixed up with hyper-advanced technology. We play as an android who awakens in a simulation crafted by a creator named Elohim. The new story expansion called In the Beginning is going to explore the origins of the simulation, and the Road to Gehenna expansion from the original will be included as well. Throughout the game, you'll have to solve over 120 puzzles using various tools such as drones, laser beams, and devices to manipulate time. There's also a new puzzle editor letting you create custom levels. I can't wait to have my brain overload when I try to do big thinkins in this one when it drops on the Xbox Series X and S, PS5, and PC on April 10th.
Prepare to return to the simulation.
The Lunar Remastered Collection is a compilation of two classic Japanese role-playing games, Lunar Silver Star Story Complete and Lunar 2 Eternal Blue Complete. Both titles were developed by Game Arts, also known for the awesome Grandia series. These games have been pretty darn pricey for a long time. I'm glad to know there's finally going to be a way for me to afford them. The games take place on Lunar. The first game follows Alex, a young hero aspiring to become a Dragon Master, as he and his companions battle the Magic Emperor to save their world. 1,000 years later, in Lunar 2, we play as Hero, an archaeologist, and the mysterious Lucia as they seek out the goddess Althena to thwart the god of destruction Zophar's plans. The combat takes place in positional turn-based battles, and I'm seriously excited that this game has returned. I've always wanted to play these, and they've had this really prohibitive price point, so it's always kept me at bay. It's finally dropping though on the Xbox One, Xbox Series X and S, PS4, PS5, Switch, and PC on April 18th.
Mega Magic Flame!
The 100-line Last Defense Academy is a strategy RPG developed by Tokyo Games and Mediavision. Tokyo Games is best known for their Danganronpa series, and Mediavision is probably best known for the Wild Arms and Valkyria Chronicles series. The 100-line is set in the Tokyo residential complex. We'll be playing as Takumi Sumino, an ordinary teen whose life is altered when mysterious creatures attack. Afterwards, a strange entity named Sirei will grant him mystical abilities and force him and 14 others into the Last Defense Academy, a school that is encircled by mystical flames. They will be required to defend the school for 100 days to save humanity. Combat plays out in a turn-based system where you use the students' unique abilities to ward off the invaders, and the story will play out in a visual novel-style system with dialogue choices, branching story paths, and multiple endings. The studio apparently put themselves into debt working on this title, so hopefully it's going to be a damn good one since it's a make-or-break moment for the team behind Danganronpa. If strategy RPGs are your jam, this one's coming out on the Switch and PC on April 24th.
The fate of this school all depends on you.
Lost Records Bloom and Rage is a narrative adventure game developed by Don't Nod, the studio behind Life is Strange, Banishers, Ghosts of New Eden, Vampire, and Tell Me Why. Lost Records takes place across two separate time periods, 1995 and 2022, with our decisions impacting the two timelines. It takes place in a small rural town in Michigan. We'll be playing as Swan, and the dialogue decisions and choices she makes while interacting with her three friends, Kat, Nora, and Autumn, are the core of the gameplay, in addition to using Swan's camcorder to record their adventures during the summer of '95. During that particular summer, something transpired that caused the four young gals to make a vow to never speak to one another again. That is, until 27 years later, when one of the gals has approached Swan and informed her that a mysterious package was left on her mother's porch addressed to their teenage band. This will be the second half of the story, so for those of you who've already played part 1 when it launched back in February, the conclusion is finally here, and for those of you who are waiting until it was complete to jump on board, you can do so on the Xbox Series X and S, PS5, and PC on April 15th.
Last week, my mom found a package on her doorstep.
Indiana Jones and the Great Circle is finally coming to the PlayStation 5. It's a first-person action-adventure game made by Machine Games, the studio behind Wolfenstein: The New Order and Wolfenstein 2: The New Colossus. The Great Circle takes place in 1937, so it's set between the events of Raiders of the Lost Ark and The Last Crusade, which was most definitely the last Indiana Jones movie ever made, despite what anyone says. We'll be playing as No Time for Love Dr. Jones as he races to stop sinister forces who are trying to acquire an ancient power tied to the mysterious Great Circle. And can I just say, I think the name is just kind of terrible, even if it is a great game. But yeah, and moving on. We'll be traveling to the Vatican, though we unfortunately won't be fist-fighting the Pope in this particular tomb raiding adventure in the Papal State. We'll also hop between Egypt, Thailand, and China throughout Indy's over-the-top adventure. We'll explore, punch Nazis in the face, and solve puzzles along with using Indy's trademark whip for combat and traversal. Sneak by enemies or punch them out in style, whatever pleases Dr. Jones. I'm glad PlayStation owners are finally going to have the opportunity to check this one out when it drops on April 17th.
Okay, then. Let's see if you can keep up.
What do you mean if I could keep up?
We hope you found something to sink some time into this month. If you like the video, give us a like and subscribe. Let us know down in the comments which of these titles you're looking forward to, or if you're looking forward to something we didn't cover. And as always, from all of us here at Game Conclave, thank you so much for watching.